Yo, they white, yo, drop on shit, drop on shit, live. Yeah, we drop on shit, live. Yeah.
You heard the moment of the boots. And then play them chicken. I mean, like a beast.
God in your priest, and the fish is not my own. The soul is on the meat, and Christian with the best we breathe. The hell is hot as it's drink. Said it once, but I heard it twice. The wall in the rolling dice. My people get it twisted like serving. Y'all ain't a sacrifice. Close my eyes and fast out. No longer on the bad route. I clipped up in your speech, so when you're speaking, keep your tongue tight. He out of box and out of bounds. He lost it all in one night. Live by the code and keep it discreet. It ain't a fair fight. Praying hard and meditate. The kingdom is your birthright.
Corey Yehuda, Shalom, what a beast, Shalom, be able to build.
So if I miss the destruction that's coming, the day was a warning. Ain't flowing the trumpet. Yeah, I'm in this morning. Order of the guilty. Order of the guilty. Order of the guilty. Order of the guilty. Drop those in the valley. He's spoken, so it shall be. Patience for those who sleep. Prophecy almost complete. Order of the guilty. Order of the guilty. Order of the guilty. Yeah, so wake the righteous fall. Invent civilizations and let the DNA of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The origin of Chaldees, Moses with the Red Sea, Bethlehem is Galilee, the light is path of the high priest. Teachings of Melchizedek, a cosmic intellect order, a secret code in the scrolls has been taught to the mortals, created man in this image, but he lost his way and he fell from grace. Power turned his face, so I kneel and pray. May see anybody operating from my guidelines. Melchizedek bloodline entwined with the guidelines. It's wartime. Loose in the bands of Orion. Ancient technology, archaeologists finding the chariots in the stargate. So Satan's bound for one day. The valley where the bones lay. A righteous rolling both ways. They let set a false day, but I see through the deception. I'm in a God. It's your house weapon. Melchizedek's destruction is coming. The day was so warning. Angels blowing the trumpets. Yeah, I'm in this morning. Order of Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Awaken dry bones in the valley. Spoken, so it shall be. Patience for those who sleep. Prophecy almost complete. Order of Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Order of Melchizedek. Yeah, so wake the righteous Lord.
All praise the Most High. We grab on the waking up under all the tree of your walk. When Yeshua comes back, you know it's gonna be war. Blood flowing up so high like never seen before.
Moshe Ben Yehuda, Shalom, my people.
It's a hell of a ride.
Shalom, all about Yah.
By the lakeside. If you don't watch yourself before you lose your breath, that's what's waiting on you and your backside. If you keep the command and keep a steady pace and endure till the end of this rat race, you get a crown to
I
go.
know that's right, I Corey. Man, I've been waiting all week for this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sharpen your sword and keep the strength in the air. Fight your flesh, it's about to be alright, man. Say one with the rock with 10 toes in the sand, and you can hear dry bones say, yes, I can.
Destruction is coming. You gave us a warning. Angels blowing the trumpets. Yeah, something is morning. Order of the Celtic. Order of the Celtic. Order of the Celtic. Order of the Celtic. Awaiting dry bones in the valley. These focus of the shall be. Vengeance for those who sleep. Prophecy almost complete. Order of the Celtic. Order of the Celtic. Order of the Celtic.
Yeah, so wake the righteous war.
All praise, all praise, all praise, honor, and great glory is unto our power, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you, those that are 10 toes down in this spiritual scrap. You got your boy T Boogie back in the building. I got the young lion standing 10 toes down, feet on the damn ground. We about to get at you with another lesson, another Sabbath day lesson. I want to say happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom to all the Hebrews and Shebrews checking in tonight. Most High has blessed us to see another week, another Shabbat. I see you got people checking in on the Facebook, people checked in on the YouTube. Like I say, once again, happy Sabbath to all our brothers and sisters. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the young, the title of tonight's lesson, let me give you that title. The title of tonight's lesson is The Order of Aaron and the Order of Melchizedek Basics. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the young lion.
All right. Shabbat Shalom, family. Y'all had to excuse me. I think I'm coming down with a little something, a little cough or something, so excuse me for that. But the title of tonight's lesson is The Order of Aaron and the Order of Melchizedek Basics. And basically what we're going to be going over is exactly what the title says. We're going to be touching on some of the basic aspects of the Order of Aaron, and we mostly really going to key in on, I want to key in on Melchizedek. We're going to get as much as that as we can. But this right here is the start off lesson that's going to lead the door open to more lessons on this topic. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna keep going deeper and deeper and keep adding to it over time. You know what I'm saying? This is a never-ending topic. You know, when you start talking about the Order of Melchizedek, you know, you're talking about a heavenly priesthood. You're not talking about something that just started with man. Shalom, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, my brother.
You're not talking about something that just started with man. This a priesthood that started in the heavens. And my brother Yaki out of St. Louis just did a series. I'm not sure if he's done with it yet. I know a lot of brothers I like to watch. When they do series, I like to let them go and get, you know what I'm saying, drop all the bombs and I can go back and watch everything straight through. So he just did one on the galactic priesthood of Melchizedek. So I'm interested to see, you know, that. You know, hopefully I can get into some of that, you know, when I finish here. But like I say, man, we just gonna get into the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about Aaron, that's pretty much where majority of your camps or assemblies they pick right up at Aaron. You know what I'm saying? And people are under the mindset as if that's where the law started, that's where everything started. But it was a priesthood in the earth before Exodus, before Aaron. You see what I'm saying? It was a priesthood in the earth before that. The law was in the earth before that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You had men building altars. You had men being called kings and priests.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing the difference between unclean and clean animals. Knowing, you know, how to sacrifice and what to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So, and all this was before Aaron's priesthood was established.
That's right, bro.
So, you know, and another thing, like once you understand Melchizedek, it takes the focus off a lot of these camps and puts it right back where it needs to be.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's on our Messiah, our high priest, Christ, Yeshua. You know, so once you understand the order that you under, well, now you know certain things, you know, well, now can't no man be hitting my pockets for no ties and commanding ties. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna hit on that a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Under this order, Melchizedek, you can't find anywhere where you're supposed to be commanding people to pay tithes.
That's right.
But here in 2019, you got conscious Israelites that tell people, well, you know what I'm saying, you sinning if you don't pay your tithe.
Sure, got I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna put a bunch of things in this proper perspective. And I know for a lot of people, this might be a milk lesson, but for some people, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
we just laying the foundation.
Yeah, we just laying the foundation. Like I say, over time, we just gonna keep coming back to this topic and add more and more to it, going deeper into it. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna detail Aaron, we're gonna detail Melchizedek as we keep coming back to it. So just bear with us, y'all. We just laying the groundwork with this one. But we're gonna hit a few things. We're gonna start out in Exodus 29. We're gonna start off in Aaron and touch on it just a little bit because I really want to key in on Melchizedek in this particular lesson right here. So we're gonna start off at Aaron, then we're gonna go back before Aaron.
Okay.
All right. Then we're gonna deal with Melchizedek. So we about to see right here in Exodus 29, the priest being consecrated.
Okay.
And one thing I want y'all to pay attention to when we dealing with Aaron, notice how everything is carnal or everything is dealing with the flesh and genealogy as well.
There you go.
Right?
Don't leave that out.
All right. So remember those three things is dealing with fleshly ordinances. All right, because the priest had specific laws. All right. If you don't measure up to the criteria, you couldn't be a priest.
That's it, bro.
Under the order of Aaron.
Right.
And we're going to see the difference when we get to Melchizedek. All right. So Exodus 29, 1 through 9. Let's get it. Exodus
29 and 1, and I read. And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them that hallow them. To hallow them.
All right. So hallow means set apart. So set apart. Go ahead.
To minister unto me in the priest office.
All right. So priest office. When you talk about office, if you got an office, then you execute specific duties. All right, go ahead.
Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish, and unleavened bread and cakes unleavened tempered with oil, and wafers unleavened anointed with oil of wheaten flour shalt thou make them.
Yeah.
And thou shalt put them into one basket, and bring them in the basket with the bullock and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his son.
And who?
And Aaron and his son.
All right. So this is not everybody.
No.
This is not everybody in Israel. So like I said, when you're dealing with the order of Aaron, you're dealing with a priesthood that was big on genealogy. You know what I'm saying? So everybody couldn't be a part of this priesthood.
Right.
Everybody couldn't be a high priest. It said Aaron and his sons. Go ahead.
Thou shalt bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall wash them with water. And thou shalt take the garments and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod, and the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod.
So he said, and thou shalt put upon Aaron the high priest.
Yes, sir.
So this is not these garments were not for everybody. These garments weren't even for the other priests.
Come on, bro.
Just for the high priest. All right, go ahead.
6. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head.
The mitre on his head. Go ahead.
And put the holy crown upon the mitre. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil and pour it upon his head and anoint him.
Yeah.
And thou shalt bring his sons and put coats upon them. And thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them. And the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons.
Aaron and his sons. All right, so only Aaron and his sons could be high priests.
Correct.
All right, so let's go to the next part, Leviticus 8. Leviticus, the 8th chapter. Like I say, we're not gonna get too deep into Aaron. We will in other lessons, but because I want to get to Melchizedek, because there's a lot of things that's misunderstood about Melchizedek, who it is and who held the office then in Genesis 14. Like, it's a lot of confusion, and you know what I'm saying, brothers just getting caught up and not really slowing down and reading. You know, so hopefully we get to address a lot of these things tonight in this lesson. If not, we had to do a quick part 2. All right, and that ain't no problem. So
no, sir.
Leviticus 8. Let's get 1 through 10.
All right.
This was just precepting right now. Go ahead.
All right. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, take unto Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments, and the anointing oil, and a bullock for the sin offering, and 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread. And gather thou all the congregation together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and assembled, and the assembly was gathered together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
All right, so now this is a public anointing.
Right.
So the tabernacle, everybody is there at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So everybody watching. But notice, everybody is not being anointed priests, only certain men.
Come on, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
5. And Moshe said unto the congregation, this is the thing which the Lord commanded to be done.
Right.
And Moshe brought Aaron and his sons and washed them with water.
He brought everybody.
He brought Aaron and his sons and washed them with water.
All right.
And he put upon him the coat, and girded him with the girdle, and clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod upon him, and he girded him with the curious girdle of the ephod, and bound it unto him therewith.
Verse 8.
And he put the breastplate upon him. Also he put in the breastplate the Urim and Thummim.
The Urim and Thummim, these are stones, which is communication devices.
Exactly, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
And he put the mitre upon his head. Also the mitre, even upon his forefront, did he put the golden plate, the holy crown, as the Lord commanded Moses.
Go ahead. Verse 10.
Okay. And Moshe took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and all that was therein, and sanctified them. And he sprinkled thereof upon the altar 7 times, and anointed the altar and all his vessels, both the laver and his foot, to sanctify them.
All right, that was it. All right, so we just precepted showing you only Aaron and his sons could be high priest. Shalom, brother PJ. Shalom, Hebrew. So now let's get into some of these laws for the priests.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Leviticus 21. Leviticus 21. Because it was certain criteria that the priest and the high priest had to meet. You know, you just couldn't be any old brother from Levi walking up in there. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to show you, like, your high priest had to be without blemish in a sense.
Right.
You know, we can read physically here, but it's showing you something deeper and spiritual with your high priest that you have now. He was without blemish. All right, Leviticus 21, and pick it up at verse 1. And
the Most High said unto Moshe, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron.
Speaking to who?
The priests, the sons of Aaron.
So is he speaking to everybody?
No.
Because I want y'all to keep that in mind. All right, because you got doctrines out here, and again, brothers not understanding what priesthood is running. All right. You got doctors out here that's saying that brothers is breaking the Torah, and that's serious. That's a serious offense.
That's a serious charge you level.
You saying brothers is breaking Torah because they not 30, and they teaching, and the scriptures that's being pulled is scriptures that was for Levitical priests.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we under Aaron or Melchizedek? Which one is?
Come on now.
In one breath, you would say Christ is the high priest after the order of Melchizedek. Then in the next breath,
you can't teach.
You condemning brothers. You condemning brothers in the law using qualifications for Levitical priests when nobody here in 2019 as an Israelite can prove fact for fact what tribe they from.
Come on, man.
And we read in the scripture if you was from Levi or if you was a priest line, and you couldn't prove your genealogy, you couldn't prove you was from Levi, you was polluted, banned from the priesthood. We're gonna read that. We're gonna read that. So if any of you Negroes can come up with some genealogy showing you
prove it
from Aaron,
prove it.
We need to see it. That's all we saying. That's all we saying. So all right. Let's get it.
Middle of 21. And say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his king, that is near him unto him.
Yeah.
That is for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother.
Yeah.
And for his sister, a virgin that is nigh unto him, which had no husband. For her may he be defiled. Excuse me. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself.
A chief man. All right, go ahead.
And they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
All right, so he's just going into they are not to imitate the mourning rituals of the pagans.
Come on, bro.
Right, go ahead.
They shall be holy unto their most high power, and not profane the name of their Elohim. For the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God, they do offer, therefore they shall be holy.
Y'all see that? Did y'all catch this? Said, and they offer the bread of their God. Right? So the bread of their God, who is he talking to right here? He said, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron. So these will be brothers who would eventually hold the high priest office, right?
Right, bro.
And it said they offer the bread of their God. Now, what bread did our high priest offer? What did he constantly say was the bread?
That's it, bro.
Body.
That's it.
So you see, like, there's the similarities in the law. That's why you see in the New Testament, for the law was a shadow of good things to come. Good things to come, good things to come. The law was a shadow, a similitude. You see that all throughout the New Testament dealing with the order of Aaron, and then it's showing you the order of Melchizedek and how it linked up.
Come on, bro.
All right, go ahead.
7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore, or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband.
All right, so they should not take a wife that is a whore. What Paul say, I want to present you as a chaste virgin, right? So the Messiah's bride is the high priest is what? It can't be no whore. We'd have been put away for being a whore.
That's it, bro.
All right, so y'all see the similarities. The high priest has to live a close to unblemished life as he possibly can. Go ahead.
For he is holy unto his power. Thou shalt sanctify him therefore, for he offers the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee. For I, the Lord, will sanctify you. I am holy.
Yeah.
And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore,
right,
she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire. And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garment, shall not uncover his head nor rend his clothes.
Them extreme signs of mourning right there. When the brother rend his clothes and you know what I'm saying, like you mourning hard. Then go ahead.
12. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his power.
Right.
For the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord.
All right, skip down to verse 16. Let's get down to verse 16.
All right. And the power spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron, saying, whosoever he be of the seed of their in their generation that hath any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God.
All right, so he couldn't have any physical blemish. All right, go ahead.
For whatsoever man he be that hath a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man.
Oh, so Ray Charles couldn't be in the temple sacrificing that. All right, go ahead.
Or lame.
Lame, go ahead.
Or he that had a flat nose.
A flat nose couldn't be up in there with no flat nose. Jay-Z couldn't be in the temple.
Bell pepper.
All right, go ahead.
Or anything that is superfluous.
Uh-huh.
Or a man that is broken-footed.
Mm-hmm.
Or broken-handed.
Right.
Or crook-back.
Or crook-back.
Or a dwarf.
All right, Gary Coleman, you couldn't be in there.
Nah.
Webster, you neither. What's the boy name from Ghetto Boys?
Bushwick Bill, yeah.
You couldn't be in the temple either, partner. Sorry. I mean, I don't know if that, I gotta look that crooked footed. What's that say? That's
crooked back.
Okay, they say broken footed.
Well, broken foot or broken head.
I'm slew footed. I'm not sure, if that's a qualification or not. I probably couldn't be up there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, go ahead.
Or he that has a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy or scabbed, or have his stones broken.
I got a blemish in my eye.
Yep.
Little brown mark. I go. So hey, I could, if I'm from Levi, guess what? I couldn't be up in there. So I'm disqualified. Go ahead.
21. No man that hath a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest shall come nigh to offer the offerings of Yahweh, made by fire. He that hath a blemish, he shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his power.
All right, let's go to Numbers chapter 3. Numbers chapter 3. Numbers chapter 3. We just precept again some of the basics of Aaron. Numbers chapter 3, pick it up at verse 1.
These also are the generation of Aaron and Moshe in the day that the Most High Power spake with Moshe in the Mount Sinai.
Right.
And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar.
All right, so far we've been reading Aaron and his sons. Now we finally getting names for them. All right, so go ahead.
These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest office.
Okay, go ahead.
And Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no children, and Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest office in the sight of Aaron their father.
All right, go ahead.
And the Most High God spake unto Moses, saying, bring the tribe of Levi near.
Bring all the tribe.
Bring the tribe of Levi near.
Okay, just the tribe of Levi. Go ahead.
And present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him.
Okay, go ahead.
And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle.
Right.
And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation in charge, and the charge of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites.
The who?
The Levites.
Okay.
Unto Aaron and to his son. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel.
10. And
thou shalt appoint Aaron and his son, and they shall wait on their priest office.
Yeah.
And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death.
That's right. All right. So now we getting a little bit more specific with this.
Right.
All right. So now we been reading Aaron and his sons. Now we read we get names for his sons. Then we read 2 of his sons died. They offered up strange fire. I believe that's Leviticus 10. All right. So now we get the jobs. Now he say call the whole tribe of Levi.
Yep.
All right. So now let's go right over to the 4th chapter. Let's go right over to the 4th chapter.
Pick it up at
right over to the 4th chapter. We're gonna pick it up at verse 1.
And the Most High spake unto Moshe and Aaron, saying, take the sum of the sons of Kohath.
From who?
Kohath.
Okay.
From among the sons of Levi.
From among the sons of Levi.
After their families, by the house of their father. From 30 years old and upward, even until 50 years old, all that enter into the host to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation.
To do the what?
The work of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Now, this is where the 30 to teach doctrine comes in. It comes into play. They want to go to this scripture right here. Right. They won't read 1 and 2.
Or the other half of 3.
Yeah. They'll just have, I would say one liner, but they just have line.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it say from 30 years old and upward, It says to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. None of you Negroes' camps is the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right.
Not even nowhere near on the level with unclean bathrooms in it.
Unclean people.
Unclean people. Stop
unclean mind.
Stop it. So stop that first and foremost.
Right. Some of these niggas got ailments like diabetes and all kind of other stuff. So what you talking about?
Exactly.
What you talking about?
Exactly. And again, he's talking to the sons of Kohath. He's not talking to everybody. This is not qualifications for teachers.
No.
If you want to see that, 1 Timothy chapter 3.
Right.
1 through 14, Titus chapter 1, 5 through 9.
Mm-hmm.
Qualifications for teachers. This is not it. This is laws for Levites, priests,
service of the tabernacle.
All right, go ahead. Verse 4.
Verse 4.
Just have them keep reading, man.
That's all you gotta do. This shall be the service of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation about the most holy thing.
Right.
And when the camp setteth forward, Aaron shall come and his sons, and they shall take down the covering veil and cover the ark of the testimony with it.
All right, skip down to 21. Skip down to 21.
And the Lord spake unto Moshe, saying, take also of the sons, the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the houses of their fathers by their family. From 30 years old and upward until 50 years old shalt thou number them, all that enter to perform the service, to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation.
All right, so he said right here, he said to the sons of Gershon, from 30 years old and upward until 50 years old. Right? Can you prove we from the sons of Gershon?
Nope.
And then on top of all that, this priesthood not even active right now.
So late.
So how are you holding men to laws that pertain to a priesthood that's not active? But this is where we finna see where their own doctrine hangs.
Right.
Let's go to Numbers chapter 8.
All right.
Let's go to Numbers chapter 8. And if you keep reading it in Numbers 4, it's gonna say it again. Another son. What? Moriah.
Yep, that's it.
It's gonna say the same thing, but this is where their own doctrine hang them at right here. Because if you're gonna read that law, you gotta read this. This is the other part to this law.
Sure is, bro. This is a dagger right here.
All right, Numbers 8 and read 23 through 20, what? 25?
Down through.
Yeah, 26. Yeah, I don't know. 23 through 26. Numbers 8, 23 through 26.
And the Lord of the Most High spake unto Moshe, saying,
right.
This is that belongeth unto the Levites.
This is it that belongeth to the Levites. Them only. Go ahead.
From 20 and 5 years old.
Now the number's switching now.
Go
ahead.
And upward, they shall go to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
All right, now if y'all use this is where they own doctrine finna tie a noose around their neck.
Yep. This
because if this what y'all want to use, then basically all y'all teachers need to sit down somewhere.
Sure do.
All right, go ahead.
25. And from the age of 50 years.
From 50?
From the age of 50 years, they shall cease. They shall stop, sit down, wait, retire. They shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more.
Okay, most of y'all teachers, mostly all of y'all teachers, I say 85% of the brothers who push that doctrine, teachers, is over 50 years old. So guess what? What y'all still doing up teaching?
If y'all gonna roll with that.
If this the premise y'all on the roll off of, read the whole law now. Don't become salad bar Israelite.
Cherry pick.
You gonna skip past the olives, but you're gonna pick the tomatoes. I want that. You're gonna skip past the cheese, put the green onions on there. Nah, put all of it on there. All right, let's go to the next spot. Let's go to Exodus 20. We're just going through, again, laws for the Levitical priests. We just touching on Aaron a little bit. Exodus 20, 21 through 25.
21 through 25.
Mm-hmm.
And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near upon the thick darkness where God was.
Right.
And the Most High Power said unto Moshe, thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold.
Right.
An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and thou shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee.
Right.
And if thou wilt make unto me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone, for if thou lift upon thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it.
Go ahead.
26. Neither shalt thou go up by the steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon.
All right, so now we got things like instructions for building altars.
Come on, bro.
Under the order of Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking y'all here to show this because we gonna see all of this before Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna see men knowing how to build altars.
Right.
We're gonna see men knowing how to sacrifice animals. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see all this. So what is that? That's a priesthood. That is an active priesthood.
Come on, bro.
All right, so we're gonna get into it. Let's go to I think that's good enough for Aaron. Let's go on ahead and hop into this Melchizedek.
Come on,
let's go to Genesis 21 because I don't want to have to cut nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Let's roll with.
I want to try to keep the lessons in between like 2.5 hours because I know how my brothers and sisters' attention spans can get.
Right, you right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go and get into this. All right. So we finna see men being called kings and priests before Aaron.
Come on, bro.
Men being priests before Aaron, building altars before Aaron. Come on now.
That's straight book.
All right, let's Genesis 1, 26 through 30.
You say Genesis 1?
Yeah, Genesis 1.
My bad.
Oh, you good. I probably did say something else. Genesis 1, 26 through 30.
All right. And the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
That's right.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Let them have what?
Dominion.
Okay.
Over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he them. Created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And Elohim said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it.
And subdue, that's conquer. Shalom, Michael ben Israel. That says
Shalom, family.
That says to subdue. So you seeing words like subdue, dominion, meaning rulership, dominate.
Yep.
That sounds like kingship.
That's it, bro.
That sounds like kingship that he gave to man. Man is Adam. Adam. Go ahead.
And have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Yeah.
And Elohim said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And Elohim saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day.
So we know Genesis chapter 1 is sort of like a blueprint, or a map out of what was to happen in the following chapters.
Come on, bro.
All right, so he gave man dominion, rulership, to subdue, to conquer the earth. All right, then you get into to the next chapters, man naming the animals and all that. All right, so man was, you see king right here. Adam is a king.
Had to have authority to do all that.
Exactly. Before Aaron, you see what I'm saying? Before the flood. All right, then when you read in Jasher, he gave his sons an inheritance. They knew how to till the land. They knew about cattle and all that. All right, so let's go to Genesis chapter 4.
All right.
Genesis chapter 4, 1 through 5.
All right.
1 through 5.
And Adam knew his wife Eve. Knew Eve, his wife. And she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Tiller of the ground. All right, go ahead.
And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord.
He bought a what?
An offering.
Oh, so he bought offering. Go ahead. We see offering. Go ahead.
And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock.
Now, how did he know to bring the firstlings?
Come on now.
And this, you know what I'm saying? You read Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 6. It tell you, and that was when Aaron had the priesthood, but this is before Aaron. Abel knew to bring the firstlings. He was a keeper of sheep. And he knew if he wanted to bring a sacrifice, he knew the proper way to bring it was to bring the firstlings out of his flock. How did he know that? So do you mean to tell me that there was a law on the earth, brother, bringing the firstlings of his flock?
Yep.
We talking about offerings, right? All right, go ahead.
And the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Y'all, so why didn't he have respect to Cain? Because when you read in Jasher, the first chapter, it tell you he bought the rotten fruit of the earth.
Come on, bro.
You got to bring the first fruits. So, and you know, Adam taught his sons the law.
That's right, bro.
He was a king.
Yep.
So we seeing willful disobedience here. And they tell you in the New Testament, why did he kill Abel? Because his works was evil.
That's right, bro.
All right. So we seeing words like offering, we seeing firstlings of the flock. Brothers know how to offer up to the Most High before Aaron. All right. So let's keep it going. Let's go to Genesis 8, the 8th chapter. Genesis the 8th chapter. Genesis 8, read 1 through 2, then we're gonna skip.
All right.
Genesis 8, 1 through 2.
And Yahweh remembered Noah and everything and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Yahweh made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained.
All right, skip down to verse 15. So we talking about Noah now. All right, we move from Adam, we move from Abel, now we're moving from Noah. All right, go ahead.
And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds went forth out of the ark.
And when you read, y'all get into the book of Jasher, you will see more and more of this priesthood in the Old Testament before Aaron.
Yep.
You will see men like Noah and Shem teaching. You know what I'm saying? You will see all that teaching men the ways of the Lord. You know, and that's how this law was passed down orally.
That's it, bro. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Noah, verse 20, I'm sorry. And Noah building an altar unto the Lord.
He did what?
Building an altar unto the Lord.
So he built the altar, and where did he get the instructions to build the altar?
Come on now.
Wow. So we looking at men performing priestly duties before Aaron's priesthood, the order of Aaron, y'all. That's the whole point. I'm trying to nail home.
Come on, bro.
All right, go ahead.
And took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl.
Ooh, and he know what kind of animals to sacrifice.
That's right, bro.
And he know what kind of animals to sacrifice. Because you couldn't sacrifice animals with blemishes.
Nope. Or unclean animals.
Or unclean animals. Go ahead.
And offered burnt offerings on the altar.
And offered burnt offerings. So all of this is before Aaron.
Yep.
We got men building altars.
Yep.
We got men knowing what kind of animals to sacrifice.
First fruits.
Then we got men knowing how to perform burnt offerings. It's all these laws that come with burnt offerings and peace offerings and drink offerings and grain offerings.
That's right, bro.
It's certain rules that come with it, and all these men knew how to do that before Aaron. So what is this? What is this priesthood here? What is this priesthood? How do these men know how to perform all these priestly duties?
Answer that.
What and Levi ain't nowhere to be found.
No.
So what priesthood? What else priesthood could this possibly be that these men are operating under? Keep reading.
21. And Yahweh smelled a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake.
So when your offering come up as a sweet savor, that means it's accepted.
That's right, bro.
All right. So we know they weren't just doing anything. They weren't just picking a place and slaughtering the animal and just doing what they wanted to do.
That's
it
right.
had to be according to some type of law that they was given, some type of instruction that they was given to do this.
That's right, bro.
It came up as a sweet savor, meaning it was accepted. Go ahead.
For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more every living thing that I have done.
Genesis 12. Genesis the 12th chapter. Genesis the 12th chapter, verse 7. Go ahead.
And the Lord appeared unto Abram, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him.
So now we got Abram building altars. Another brother before Aaron building altars. So far we got Noah building altars, knowing what an offering is, burnt offering, knowing how to build the altar.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing what type of animals he can and can't sacrifice. Then we got Abraham.
Yep.
After Noah building altars. So we see in the knowledge is being passed down.
Yes, sir.
Then when you connect it with Jasher, you see Abram was in the house of Noah and Shem for so many years,
bro.
Learning the ways of the Most High. What information were they teaching him? So we see as the generations pass, they were building altars. This brother building altars. Oh, okay. So now it's the wheels starting to turn now. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
No, that was it on that.
All right.
Let's go to Genesis 35. Another precept. That's right, Sister Tia. Shalom. That's right. Sister. Passed down by it was oral law.
That's it.
See who all on her? Our chorus, everybody on her. Our PJ say he bought this nigga about grass. Talking about Cain.
Yeah.
Genesis 35, we're gonna pick it up. We're just gonna read verse 1.
All right.
Verse 1.
And Yahweh said unto Jacob, arise and go to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto Yahweh.
That was commandment one. He was commanded to go make an altar.
Yeah.
Now, why would the Most High command him to do something that he don't know how to do? And it was specific instructions for building altars. So you just couldn't go somewhere and just start digging up rocks and stacking rocks. He said, look, go build me an altar. He commanded him to do it. He already knew how to do it. How did he know?
Right. That's it, bro.
Go ahead.
That appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau, thy brother.
All right, that's it on that. So now we see the priestly knowledge is being passed down.
Right, bro.
All right, you see brothers building altars, brothers knowing what animals to sacrifice, burnt offerings, and we seeing the offerings on these altars is being built and these animals is being sacrificed before Aaron being accepted. coming up as sweet saviors
That's
to
right.
the Lord. All right, so let's go to Genesis 14. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Genesis 14. It's a lot of controversy around this specific chapter. You got a lot of theories out there. Some say this was Christ. Some brothers say this was Shem. Some brothers say it was just a mysterious person that show up from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But we just gonna, stick with the scripture. We ain't gonna add. We ain't gonna take away. We ain't gonna take away. Genesis 14. Let's see where I want to pick it up at. Pick it up at verse 1. And then what's even more crazy about the knowledge of this priesthood being passed down, it even went into Egypt with us.
Yep.
Because when you read the 5th chapter, and I believe verse 8 of Exodus, our people say, man, in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, they say, let us go back to, let us free so that we can go and sacrifice to our God. So even the knowledge of sacrificing carried over, even when we were slaves in Egypt.
That's right.
I just point out something there, because a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't really slow down and just think about the things that they read. Like, we seeing all this before the order of Aaron was even thought of.
Mm-hmm.
We seeing priestly duties being performed before it was even thought of. And nobody stops to say, dang,
come on, bro.
This was a whole priesthood. Then when you read Genesis 14, you really be like, oh yeah, that for sure was an active priesthood before Aaron.
That's it, bro.
But we in Genesis 14, verses 1 and 2, and then we're gonna skip.
All right. And it came to pass in the days of Amphrael, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and Berisha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shemember, king of Zeboim,
right?
And the king of Bela, which is Zoar.
All right, let's skip down to verse 11.
All right,
skip down to verse 11. Go ahead.
And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram, the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. Mm-hmm. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan.
All right, skip down to 17. Let's get to it.
All right. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shavah, which is the king's day. And Melchizedek, Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
All right, so Melchizedek comes out to meet Abraham after the slaughter of the kings. Like, who is this mysterious person here?
Come on, bro.
The scripture don't really just go into who he is. Then you have Paul, who years later pick it up in the New Testament.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And then when we get to Hebrews 7, it's gonna be clear that Paul understood that was not Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gonna read that real slow, brother. Yeah, brother Corey saying, because we gonna read certain things in the Hebrews 7 where you, after reading it, after we slow down and read it,
mm-hmm,
you're gonna be like, it's impossible that was him.
Right.
Because you saying Melchizedek, who was priest of the Most High God and king at that time, king over Salem, that's Jerusalem,
right,
which was predominantly Hamitic at the time. So that would break all types of prophecy, because Christ can't be king and priest in Jerusalem with all Hamites being.
Come on, bro. That's common knowledge, common sense.
You know what I'm saying? So like to say that was him, like you would be leapfrogging a bunch of prophecy, like, and most brothers would be like, well, he called the end from the beginning, brother.
Explain Psalm 110.
Everything has its rightful place in prophecy. Like, you just can't. That's not rightfully dividing the scriptures.
Right. And like I said, you have to explain Psalm 110.
Exactly. What is prophecy for then? If you just gonna look at the scriptures like that, what is prophecy for?
Sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool.
Exactly. So just taking all that into account, we can already, by the process of elimination here in Genesis 14, eliminate this being Christ. But he did take up the priesthood of Melchizedek after the order, style, manner, whatever, whichever word you want to use.
There you go.
After Melchizedek. All right. So he used this template. He brought the bread and the wine, and he was king and priest. All right. So let's go to Jasher, the 16th chapter.
All right.
The book of Jasher. A lot of brothers don't read it well. The scripture tell you to read. Joshua 10:13.
Come on, bro.
2 Samuel 1:18.
Easy work.
2 Tim 3:8.
Easy work.
Ezekiel 16:49. Them 4 precepts, ain't it?
Yep.
Them 4 precepts. Now, who was this in Genesis 14? Was it Christ? I mean, just by what we just stated already, we know that one
him. Yeah, a lot of people say it's Shem, brother.
Yeah, brother. We about to
get into that right now.
That's right. A lot of brothers don't want to deal with the book of Jasher. We just gave you 4 precepts, debunk. Find 4 precepts that debunk them 4. That's all we ask. Jasher 16. Jasher, let me get there. Jasher, the 16th chapter. Let me see what verses I want. Yeah, I see. See what verses I want. Yeah, let's get 1 through 12. Let's get 1 through 12. Let's get 1 through 12.
The book of Jasher.
Jasher chapter 16, 1 through 12.
The 16.
And then, like I say, we're going to back this up. When we read Hebrews 7, Shalom, Akhtar.
Yeah.
When we read Hebrews 7, like, it's going to be clear. It's going to be certain words in there. Y'all going to be like, whoa.
Hey, y'all. Hey, bro. The flesh is weary, but the spirit is definitely willing.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going to drag. If I got to drag to the kingdom, I'm dragging to the kingdom. But I'm going to put this work in so y'all excuse your brother. But hey, the little young, it ain't about nothing. We're going to do this work.
Yes, sir. Man, look here. So we finna get into this Jasher 16. All right, we're going to pick it up at verse 1.
All right, 16:1. At that time, Chelanamor, king of Elam, sent all the neighboring kings to Nimrod, king of Shinar, who was then under his power, and to Tidal, king of Goyim, and Arioch, king of Elasar, with whom he made a covenant, saying, "Come up to me and assist me, that we may smite all the towns of Sodom and its inhabitants, for they have rebelled against me these 13 years." And these 4 kings went up with all their camps, about 800,000 men, and they went as they were, and smote every man they found in their road. And the 5 kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shemer, king of Zeboim, Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, and Bela, king of Zoar, went to meet with them. And they all joined together in the valley of Siddim.
All right, so we know we're reading about the same event in Genesis 14.
Right, bro.
All right, go ahead, keep reading.
And these 9 kings made war in the valley of Siddim. And the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah were smitten before the kings of Elam. And the valley of Siddim was full of lion pits, and the kings of Elam pursued the kings of Sodom, and the kings of Solomon with their camps fled and fell into the lion pits. And all that remained went to the mountain for safety, and the 5 kings of Elam came after them and pursued them to the gates of Sodom, and they took all that there was in Sodom, and they plundered all the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they also took Lot, Abram's brother's son, and his property, and they seized all the goods of the cities of Sodom, and they went away. And Eunuch, Abram's servant.
So now we got a name on who
There you
came
go, bro.
back and told Abraham what happened. Eunuch.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Who was in the battle saw this and told Abram all that the kings had done to the cities of Sodom, and Lot was taken captive by them.
All right, skip down to verse 8. Let's get into it.
And Abram recovered all the property of Sodom, and he also recovered Lot and his property, his wives and little ones, and all belonging to him, so that Lot lacked nothing. And when he returned from smiting the king, and he and his men passed the valley of Siddim, where the kings had made war together, and Bera, king of Sodom, and the rest of his men that were with him went out from the lion pits into which they had fallen to meet Abram and his men.
Read verse 11. Let's see what verse 11 say.
And Adonizek.
And who?
And Adonizek.
Okay, so Melchizedek or Adonizek, which we just looking at a name translation. That's all you're looking at. For anybody that want to get simple and say, well, that don't say Melchizedek, brother. Just look the word up. It
That's all you got to do.
The same thing. Mean the same thing. And if you want to see it in the 66, just check Joshua 10 verses 1 and 3. It was a king with the same name over the same land.
Come on, bro. Easy work again.
It is easy work. All right, so that's just for anybody who want to get simple.
You naysay, mumble mouth.
Let's see who it is. Adonizek, or king of righteousness, or lord of righteousness, mean the same thing as Melchizedek. All right, let's see who this was. Go ahead. It says, and Adonizek,
king of Jerusalem.
The
same was Shem.
The same was Shem.
Ooh,
now. Brews really have a problem with this, because some brews, they don't read this book for one. And it's just a lot of times, man, you really see who really going behind and checking behind their teacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you just slow down and read Hebrews 7, you will clearly see that this had to be somebody else other than Christ.
Slow down and read it.
Just slow down and go through Hebrews 7 and read it real slow.
Break down your word, get your concordance.
Verse 3 and verse 15 specifically.
Yeah.
Verse 3 and verse 15 specifically. Read that real slow, and we gonna read it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we going there next.
There you go. Yeah. Well, now go ahead. We're gonna finish that.
Go
and
ahead.
Adonizek blessed Abram. Oh, did I skip something? Yeah, I need to finish that 11. I need to finish that 11.
Finish that 11.
And Adonizek, king of Jerusalem, the same was Shem.
The same was Shem.
Went out with his men to meet Abram and his people with bread and wine, and they remained together in the valley of Melech.
Right. 12.
And Adonizek blessed Abram, and Abram gave him, and Abram gave him.
Gave him. That's another point. All right, it's gonna kill another bird with one.
Yeah, come on, bro. There you go. And Abram gave him a tenth from all that he had brought from the spoil of his enemies, for Adonizek was priest before God.
And so this is, I don't want to get too much into this, because this is gonna be another portion of the
right.
With the tithing and everything. You know what I'm saying? Do we tithe? Are we commanded to tithe under the order of Melchizedek? Where you got a lot of brothers say you sinning if you don't tithe under the order of Melchizedek. Where is that? Where was Abraham commanded to bring this, or was this a free will?
Gave him.
That's the question. Even when they try to run over there with Jacob, he vowed a vow. That's free will. That wasn't commanded. That's not the same language as you see. Thou shalt give a tenth to the Levites. That you don't even see that same language under the order of Melchizedek.
No.
When they say they gave a tenth, they gave a tenth. All right, go ahead.
And the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah.
I think that's it on there. That's all I
want. You want the 12? All right.
Yeah, let's go to, so the book of Jasher say it was Shem. It's the book of Jasher line. Let's see. Hebrews 7.
All right.
Hebrews 7. To understand the order of Melchizedek, you got to understand Genesis 14. You got to understand Genesis 14 if you're going to understand the order of Melchizedek. If you don't understand Genesis 14, it's always going to be some always going to be out of place. Some always going to be out of place, or some always just not going to sit right when you come here. You're going to be like, hold on. Some always is in the back of my mind like, man, something about this was always, it was like a missing piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it don't even be the fact that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people know we was at the camp over there on Elvis Presley and broke away or whatever. And a lot of people say, them brothers didn't change. Nah, we ain't changed. It's just, man,
we grew.
The spirit of revelation has been, you know what I'm saying, bestowed upon certain brothers, and we just coming into more well-rounded knowledge. That's all it is. That's all it is. And brothers get scared of that. Sisters get scared of that.
Yeah.
When you start trying to grow in this thing, because it causes them to come up out of their comfort zone, what they comfortable with.
But everybody ain't gonna get the same measure.
Right.
Everybody gonna get the same measure. And we ain't messed up about y'all not having the same measure that we had.
Right.
We still got love for the brews, you know what I'm saying, here in the M town. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we bound by our Elohim to grow in grace and grow in the knowledge of Christ.
Right.
So what I'm saying?
Right.
And those that can't get it, maybe they ain't funny.
That's right. Let's go to Hebrews 7. Hebrews 7. Hebrews 7, pick it up at give me 1 second. I'm going to some in this blue letter.
Okay.
Of course, with definition.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Like I say, y'all, this is like I know for most people this might be a milk lesson, but hey, for a lot of people don't know this stuff.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And we just building the foundation. That's
yes,
all
sir. PJ, we are in Memphis. That's where we located, my brother.
Most definitely. Come on down for the Pentecost, brother, if you can.
Yes, sir. Love to have you.
We got big thing popping over here. Brother Water P, he on the feed. Hit my boy Water P up on that live chat, man. He gonna give you all the details if you so be inclined. If the Most High will, man, come down and fellowship with your brethren.
All right. We in Hebrews 7, y'all. We're gonna pick it up at verse 1. We're gonna skip a little bit. We're gonna read and skip. Get down to the gist of this.
We're gonna read at 3.
Let's get 1 through
4.
Let's do 1 through 6.
All right, sound good to me.
Go ahead.
For this Melchizedek.
All right. For this Melchizedek.
King of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings, and blessed him.
All right. So Abraham writing to his people, the Hebrews. All right. And he going back to Genesis 14. He bringing Genesis 14 back up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's saying, for this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, verse 2.
To whom also Abraham gave a 10th part of all, first being by interpretation king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace. Without father, without mother, without descent, neither having beginning of day nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of the Most High power.
Right.
Abideth a priest continued.
All right, now let's break down a couple of things in this verse 3. Okay, because people who claim that was Yeshua in Genesis 14, you know what I'm saying? This is they bread and they think they bread and butter. They say, see, brother, without father, without mother. Well, listen to what you saying. Without father, he got a father in heaven. His mother was married. What you mean without descent? What you mean without neither beginning of days? Yeah, in his glory in the heavens. You know he from everlasting, but what do you call that when he came out of Mary's womb? What is that?
Descent.
And he had age. He was 30.
Right.
He was cut off at 30. What, 33? So this if this applies to anybody, if you're gonna use it in that sense, it applies to the father. He without father, without mother. So it can't. You steady trying to place a square peg in a round hole. Here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's not fitting. It
Come
can't
on, bro.
fit.
Because
And
he has
then-
both the earthly father and the heavenly father.
Exactly. Exactly.
What is you saying?
Stepfather.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you want to get just technical about it, they say he's the son of David. So there go his descent traced back to David and Jesse.
Exactly.
What is you saying?
So what are you talking about? It's not a good fit. So Shem, it looks like so far Shem would be the better fit, but let's keep reading. Now then it says made like unto the Son of God. All right, so we in the Blue Letter Bible.
Come on, bro.
We finna look up made like. They done parsed it up in the Blue Letter, and it's G871.
Mm-hmm.
G871.
Strong's G871.
I don't speak Greek. So it's a verb, all right, and the outline of biblical usage is to cause a model to pass off into an image or shape.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
To express itself in it, to copy, to produce a facsimile, to be made like, render similar. Strong's definition: to assimilate closely.
Assimilate.
To assimilate closely and make like. Wow. So when what does it mean when it's saying without father, without mother? Meaning like for this priesthood, that this Melchizedek priesthood, no genealogy was required to be given. As we saw, that's why I kept saying in Aaron, look, genealogy. Who was it talking to?
Right.
Aaron and his son.
Right.
All right, let's go to Ezra chapter 2 real quick.
I didn't read that. I just stopped at what you call. You want me?
Let's
come back?
Hold your place here. We're gonna jump back. Let's go to Ezra 2.
All right.
Because you had to give descent in the Levitical priesthood. You didn't see. Notice you didn't see where you saw Shem. You didn't see where genealogy had to be read.
Right, bro.
Ezra chapter 2, 60 through 62.
All right, brother, I'm rich. And the children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nakoda, 652. The children of the priest of the children of Habiah, the children of Kol, the children of Barzillai, which took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy. But they were not found. Therefore were they as polluted, put from the priesthood.
Wow. So no such requirements under the order of Melchizedek. All right. So now we really starting to see now. So this Melchizedek made like unto the Son of God.
Come on, man.
He was assimilated.
Right, likened to.
He was basically saying a shadow of the Son of God.
There you go, bro. That's all they were saying.
Now, who is the Son of God? Yeshua. So if this Melchizedek who met Abraham was made like unto the Son of God, how can that be Yeshua? How can that be Yeshua? I'm just checking something out. Okay, I don't know why it want us to approve y'all comments, but whatever, we're gonna approve them.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate that, our Corey posting this script.
Most definitely, bro.
But yeah, so it's saying this Melchizedek who met Abraham was made like to the Son of God. So now we really starting to see like what's going on here. Let's go back to Hebrews 7.
All right.
Pick it up at what was that, verse 4?
Yeah, verse 4. Now consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave a tenth of the spoil. And and verily they that are the sons of Levi, who receive the office of the priesthood, have commandments to take tithe of the people according to the law, that is, of their brethren.
So it says Levi, and notice it said when they talk about tithes, it said commandment with Levi. It didn't say nothing about commanded Melchizedek. You seeing that with Levi on. Go ahead.
Let me interject something right there, bro. because it said they were commanded to take tithes of their brother. Now, if none of you Negro teachers can prove that you're a Levi, you can't command no tithe. You can't tell nobody they sinning. If they don't give you no tithe, you can't prove you from Levi.
Right.
Shut the hell up.
That's extortion at the end of the day when you get through talking.
Shut up.
Stop extorting your members. How about that?
I just had to throw that in there, bro.
Commanding 10%.
Yeah.
And then that was of your increase. That was yearly.
Come on, bro.
Not every Thursday or every Friday when I get paid.
Yeah.
Donate 10% of that tax money.
Yeah. Or that
that's more
money.
so of your increase.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Stop. Y'all playing. The main Israelites always banging on Sunday Christians, beating them upside the head with the scriptures.
Because that's all they can do.
You know different from them. You still commanding tithe. You see what I'm saying? You still looking for one man, fleshly man, for all your breakdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Not even going to check behind to see if what he's teaching you was correct.
Can't question it.
Can't question him. Sing the same songs as the Christian. I mean, hey, you just like who you talking about.
How you set apart.
Exactly. And that's the whole point of being an Israelite, is to be set apart. We're not supposed to be like this world in no way, shape, form, or fashion, especially worship. Especially worship, we're supposed to be set apart in that department.
Man, Isaiah 52 said the one that handle the things of the Lord must be clean.
Yep.
You got to be clean if you're going to handle the things and the vessels of the Lord.
That's right.
And all you got to do is look around in Israel on a day-to-day basis. I'm talking about conscious Israel on a day-to-day basis. And know that the ones that's handling the things of God is not clean.
That's right.
4, 5 sisters that you ain't married to, that you ain't taking care of. You understand what I'm saying? On the list goes on. So read Isaiah 52, you think I'm lying. Think around verse 1. Think around verse 1.
Yes,
no, it said, verse 1 said, hey, man, the ones that handle the vessel of the Lord, man, you got to be clean, man.
Go ahead.
So, nigga, you ain't clean.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read that verse 5 again, bro.
Go ahead.
And verily they that are the sons of Levi, who receive the office of the priesthood, have a commandment to take tithes of the people according to the law. Yeah. That is of their brethren, though they come out of the loins of Abraham.
Go ahead.
But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham.
Wow, but he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham, and what?
And bless him that had the promises. I'm sorry, and without all contradiction, the less is blessed of the better. And can you continue go?
Yeah.
Okay. And here men that die receive tithes, but there he received them, of whom it is witness that he liveth.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm messing up. And as I may say so say Levi also, who received tithe, paid tithes in Abraham.
All right, so now Paul's getting technical. He's saying Levi that was still in Abraham's loins, they did what? They
paid tithes.
They paid tithes in Abraham to Melchizedek, showing you that even then that Melchizedek was superior to Levi.
Come on, bro.
Ooh, that's cold. That's cold. So Levi being in the loins of Abraham, when they paid tithes in Abraham,
right,
to Melchizedek, to the king and priest of Melchizedek, showing you that Melchizedek is superior. It came first anyway.
Right.
Then you had the people go into slavery, going to Egypt, learn the ways of the Egyptians, had to be retaught coming out of Egypt.
There you go.
Had to be put under a what? Schoolmaster.
Mm-hmm.
That was the order of Aaron, which was showing you Melchizedek.
Come on,
bringing you right back to where it was in the beginning. So Levi paid tithes in Abraham to Melchizedek.
Yep.
Wow. Go ahead.
Verse 9. No, I read verse 9. Verse 10.
And then it's showing you the order of the tithes. Which one was going to be superior? The commanded tithe
or the free will?
Or the free will. That scripture kills it. It said Levi paid tithes in Abraham. Well, who did Abraham pay tithes to?
That's right. The one who was after the likeness of the Son of Man.
Wow. Wow. And we finna find out. We already done read it, but we gonna confirm it in verse 15. Shem was just a shadow of Christ, a type of Christ. Being a king and priest after the order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him. If therefore perfection were by the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, what further need was there that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek,
right,
and not be called after the order of Aaron?
See, this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of brothers don't acknowledge the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? They pick up right in Aaron, and they don't move no further.
But yeah, they do. They play double dutch. They jump in and jump out when it fit their doctrine.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Because if you gonna claim you operating under the order of Melchizedek, then it takes the spotlight off your camp. Like your camp, you can't look at your camp or the place you congregate at as the template.
Ain't nobody teaching like this over here.
As it's impossible, because if you really pumping this Melchizedek order, man, everything is gonna be pointing right to Christ.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be glorifying no man. You ain't gonna be saying, well, over here we do it like this. No, right. We all under one priesthood, under one law.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
For the priesthood being changed, there is made of necessity a change also of the law.
All right, so we seen the law being the same under the order, the commandments being the same under the order of Melchizedek and Aaron. Murder is still murder. You see Cain and Abel. Go back and look at Cain and Abel.
Right.
That's under the order of Melchizedek. How was Cain guilty of murder if it wasn't no law? How was Sodom and Gomorrah guilty of sodomy if it wasn't no law of sodomy? And that's all that's under the order of Melchizedek. So we know this not talking about the commandments. And when you look up that word change, that means it say transfer. So take change out and put transfer there. It make more sense. It's saying for the priesthood being transferred, there is also a necessity to transfer the law. All right, go ahead.
13. For he of whom these things are spoken pertaining to another tribe, of which no man gave attendance at the altar. Right. For it is evident that our master sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning the priesthood.
All right, now this is clear cut right here, verse 15. This is what I really wanted to get to. Go ahead.
And it is yet far more evident.
It is yet far more evident. It is more clear. Go ahead.
For that after the similitude.
After the what?
The likeness. The similitude of Melchizedek. There arises another priest.
Wow.
How you gonna rise out of the similitude if he was him?
Exactly. So we see Jasher 16 is on point.
Come on, bro.
Shem is a better fit there than Yeshua in Genesis 14. Because it said after the similitude of Melchizedek, there arises another priest.
Explain that one.
Ooh. Oh,
explain that one.
That's a dagger. Keep reading. Let's see who this other priest was that arose after the likeness of Melchizedek. Let's see who that is.
Verse 16, who is made not after the law of a carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life.
Who is that? Who is that? That's Yeshua. So that won him in Genesis 14.
No, couldn't be.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
For he testified, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. For there is verily a disannulling of the commandment going before for the weakness and unprofitableness thereof.
All right, keep going.
For the law made nothing perfect,
right?
But the bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we draw nigh unto your house.
Skip down to 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
By so much was Yeshua made a surety of a better testament.
A better covenant. Go ahead.
And they truly were many priests, because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death.
Right.
But this man, because he continueth ever, has an unchangeable priesthood.
Unchangeable priesthood. Now, another thing that a lot of brothers say, they say the order of Aaron gonna be reinstituted when the temple come back. Now it says right here he has an unchangeable priesthood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be doing the service. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be strictly for memorial.
That's it, bro.
It won't be because the order of Aaron is back and the Messiah on the back burner for now. No, it won't be like that. Right here, it says this priesthood is unchangeable. So when you read in Ezekiel about the sons of Zadok and all that, yeah, they're gonna have they rightful place, but guess whose priesthood is still gonna be ruled? This order of Melchizedek.
Come on, bro.
Go ahead.
25. Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto Yahweh by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them. For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens.
Right.
Who needeth not daily as those high priests to offer up sacrifices, first for his own sins and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself.
Okay.
For the law maketh men high priests which have infirmity, but the word of the oath, which was since the law, maketh the Son who is consecrated forever.
But the word of the oath.
Evermore.
What's the word of the oath?
It's Psalm 110.
Ooh, let's go to it. Psalms 110. Psalms 110. Let's go to it. We saw how the priest was consecrated in Exodus 29.
Mm-hmm.
Lord commanded Moses, go anoint him, right? How was this high priest appointed? How was this high priest appointed?
Mm-hmm. Come on with it, bro.
Psalms 110.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up at verse 1.
The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou in my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Right.
The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies.
All right, so we see in that verse 1, we see Lord, capital, all caps, Yahweh. All right, that's what that translates to. Yahweh said unto my Lord, lowercase, my master.
My master.
Yahweh said unto my master, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. So this ain't David talking to himself or about himself.
No.
My master means my superior. All right. So this Lord sitting at the right hand, it says, verse 2, what it say?
The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies.
Rule thou means to dominate in the midst of your enemies. All right, go ahead.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness. From the womb of the morning, thou hast a dew of thy youth.
Go ahead.
The master has sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek.
Oh, that's the oath.
That's the oath.
That's the oath right there. It said the Lord have sworn and will not turn back on it. You a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
After the order means after the style, after the manner of Melchizedek.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So how will he come after the style of Melchizedek? Well, he will have bread and wine.
He will be king of peace.
He will be king and priest over Jerusalem. Eventually.
Now he ain't king yet. He are uncrowned king.
Right.
But he ain't been crowned. He ain't put down a rule yet. Exactly. We finna read the rest of it in a minute.
That's right.
In a second. Verse 5.
Go ahead.
The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Yeah.
He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead body. He shall wound the heads over many countries.
Yeah.
He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head.
All praises.
All praise to the Most High. It's coming.
You see what I'm saying? That's gonna be the first of many on this topic, y'all. The order of Aaron and the order of Melchizedek basics, and like we ain't even touched on like nowhere near all the aspects that goes into this.
Many lessons to come.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, over time we just gonna keep revisiting the topic. I just wanted to, you know, get the basics out the way. You know, like I say, over time, man, we just gonna keep coming back, hitting it, stacking on top of it, stacking on top of it. You know what I'm saying? But that was it for tonight. Shalom to all the brews on the feed.
Yeah, most definitely, for sure. Much love y'all showing on the feed, Facebook and YouTube.
Hope to see my brothers in class tomorrow if it's the Most High's will. We're gonna get an address out.
I think Wardy P already posted the address on the YouTube. Bro, Wardy P, if you don't mind, brother, if you can do the same thing on the Facebook feed, man, I would appreciate it, my beloved brother. And to all you brews, I seen PJ, brother PJ the Terminal on there. Yeah, man, we in Memphis. We got a small congregation, but the Most High bless. We growing though. Matter of fact, the place we in, we got to get out of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The place we in now, we got to get out of because the Most High blessing over here. We just trying to do the work. Few little quick announcements. My beloved brother and Warden Peters on the feed gonna be doing a lesson tomorrow at the Shabbat class. Y'all come on out and hear the word of the Most High God. Brother got a banger. I think it's got to deal with fasting and praying. I think what the brother said. Gonna be doing a lesson on fasting and praying. He'll be doing a lesson tomorrow at the Shabbat class.
Yeah.
And once again, June the 16th, Pentecost. We love to see you there. Got a lot of brews been inquiring from Naptown. They got like 3 or 4 sets of brews from Naptown coming out. Malachi Maccabees, he said he gonna come down. I know you talked to him a little bit this past week, right?
Yeah, I messaged him.
Yeah, he said he gonna be coming down. I don't know how many brews he bringing with him. He just gonna bring his rib and his kids with him. I don't know about that, but he did. He said Most High willing, he gonna be down. So we got some brews showing love, man, love to the Order of Melchizedek Ministries here in Memphis, Tennessee. What else? What else we got going on, bro? We got something else going on. I know my boy Warden P got the Hebrews in the park. We trying to get together. That's still in the embryo stages.
Yeah.
And but hey, y'all come on out and fellowship with us and be part of what the Most High doing with the Order of Melchizedek Ministry. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our power. The power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. To our brothers and sisters in the faith of all ways, we salute you. This your boy T Boogie. I got the young lion back in the building. We're going to see y'all next week, Most High willing.
Yeah.
We're going to holler at y'all one more again. Shalom.